Good evening and welcome to CTN Sports. It's Friday night. It's winter. It must be basketball time. Crosstown rivalry, folks. It's the classic. Ann Arbor, Huron facing the Pioneers. We're in the Pioneers gym. Just 3 weeks ago, we had these two teams right here on our show, and actually, it was the Huron River Rats holding the Pioneers off. But since then, Pioneer, the last 3 weeks, they've been 5-2, playing good basketball. On the flip side of that, the Rats in the black jerseys tonight, and that first foul right there looks like that one's going to be on. Oh, looks like that was going to be on Anthony. Got up in the air. But what I was going to say is that the Rats, they have not been playing well. They lost their first conference game in eons to Dexter, 42-55. Since then, though, the last two games, the Rats have been on fire, averaging 69 points, beating up on, it looks like they beat up on a team called Redford Western Prep. So no score yet. First time on the offensive end comes the Rats with the ball up on top. It's going to be Bates. Bates going to the lane, drops it off inside. Nice drop into Anthony. Anthony will put the Rats on the boards first. Back up quickly comes the Pioneers into the corner and inside with that nice left hand off the high glass is going to be Josh Thurman. You know, we had his sister on these channel for so many years. She dominated the Pioneer girls basketball for several years before going on to Concordia. Now ball back up on top from the Rats. Pioneer look like you're in a man defense right in front of Coach Marion right there. 9-6 on the season, as we said in the open, but these guys are playing very good basketball, and it starts right here on the defensive end for the Pioneers. Rats being very patient now, making sure they get inside again. Second bucket for Anthony, and Anthony has all of the points right now for the Rats, and they're all from inside the lane. And if the Huron team can continue to get the ball inside, it's going to be an easy night for them. Now driving is Juhas. He's trapped in the corner, goes on the foot. That'll be a kickball violation. And it looks like that was going to be on Dickerson, Braylon Dickerson. Now inside, you can see a strong move there for Anthony. He's the largest player on the River Rats team, 6'2". They just don't have any size. A lot of wing players out here for the River Rats, but no real post player. So now off of the miss off of that shot comes back the Rats. Inside, and there's Dickerson with the finger roll. A little bit of contact afterwards, and the Pioneers quickly back up court. And for his second bucket is Thurman. And even after made baskets, the Rats are trying to go into their pressing style defense. Pioneers advancing the ball up court each time on the base, up the sideline. Now going strong with the left hand, and that would be Samaha, coach's son, the hero of that Saline game a couple weeks ago where he had the half-court shot with 1 second on the clock to give the Rats the win. There goes Juhas with the pull-up shot. Reed Juhas, believe he is a relative of the former captain of Ann Arbor Huron, Lauren Juhas. They're getting inside, backing up is Bates. A shot off there from Samaha, putting it back up is Anthony. Juan Beer. Now back up court comes the Pioneers. Up the sideline is Cunningham. They're swinging it around. There's an open shot for Juhas. It's poked away there. It looked like that was Bates getting a hand inside. Now over to Samaha. He's finding Bates in the corner. Pioneers cutting up that baseline pretty fast. You can see good defense in the paint there by Elijah Klein, keeping his eye on Anthony as well as the driver. There's another three-pointer off by Samaha. Quick pass inside, and I think we're going to have a jump ball. I mean, That's sometimes where you don't want to have the ball. Anthony's been great inside. He's been living inside. Oh man, that's a wedge. Anybody want to jump up there and get it? Any one of those cheerleaders? Come on. Show your ups. So we got Huron still up 8-6. 4:05 on the clock here in the first period. And that possession will go back over to, it'll stay with the Rats. Now coming in for the Pioneers is big Muhammad Kandi. All legs and arms. I mean, that kid, go gadget, right? And in for the Rats is TJ Bell as well. On the drive is Mac Moore. Moore is a freshman for the Rats. Now coming back up court is Cunningham. Cunningham across court, down inside. Looks like a little bit of travel there, but no call. Yeah, both teams have gone to the bench, and they're coming inside again was Rink, and Rink gets tied up, and they're gonna call did they call a foul on that? No, they just went out of bounds, and it'll be Pioneers' ball. So triggering it now, the Rats still in a man defense. Cunningham with the long brick, and backboard didn't do anything to you. Here's a putback. Quickly back up court comes the River Rats. Errant pass, though, coming up off of Mac Moore. It's a good idea. It's just a one pass too many. One step too many for Braylon Dickerson, and Dickerson says something back to Mac on the way up court. Hey, man, how about a bounce pass? Pioneer now, the ball, working it on the wing. Elijah Klein, the top scorers for the Pioneers. Condi finds Cunningham cutting. Cunningham loses the ball, but Pioneer again patient. Now coming outside from Coach Marion, calling the play. Trying to set up Brady Cunningham, calling it the circle play. Let's do some scouting. Yeah, it kind of looks like a circle. Who's coming around? Elijah Klein comes down to the baseline. Cunningham crosses over. Nobody open there. He goes up top. Rink comes inside to Condi. Condi misses it off the backboard. Two Pioneers with the rebound. Moore with the quick hands to swipe it away. And then they're going to call a foul. Moore actually looked like Rink is going to be called on a foul on the reach-in. Action got a little frantic there for a second off of the miss. You know, these two teams have been going back and forth. You can see fighting for the ball. Good hands there by Mac Moore reaching in and then coming in, following in, and just really, you like it if you're Coach Marion to see Rink leave the floor and go down there and try to retrieve the ball, but next time, don't get a foul, young man. So now Mac is going in nicely to the left. That was smooth. Can we check his birth certificate? That kid's supposed to only be a freshman, and he's going like that to his left hand. He's going to get a lot more playing time. Cunningham comes back, and Moore is on the defensive end as well, too. Diving on the floor, retrieving the ball's Bates, unable to corral it, though, as the Pioneers get back control of the ball. Now on the outside, Elijah Klein hasn't found the scoreboard yet. He goes inside to Cunningham. Cunningham's ball, the runner's a little bit long. Coming away with it is Anthony. Now with 1:25 on the clock, Rats up 4. This is an open three, and it's down. Gonna credit that one to TJ Bell. That was a set shot, too. I mean, if you're Pioneer, you can't just watch him set up and pull up that three-pointer. Now the Rats have doubled up the Pioneers here, 13-6. Pioneers having a tough time cracking this River Rat defense, and the Rats may be a little undersized. There's Moore being a little bit too aggressive, trying to close out on Cunningham, and that time he's going to come away with the foul. Now subbing in for the Rats is going to be, looks like it's Kiefer coming in. Now Cunningham with the ball up top. A nice move and a cut and go by Dafalo. Condi coming in with those long strides, and he puts it up and soft off the glass to finish. Oh, look at Moore. Moore is taking over, folks. Mac Moore. Get to know the name. Makari Moore is taking over here in this first quarter for the River Rats off of the bench. Just been unstoppable as he gets into the lane. Huron comes back up court into the corner. Here comes TJ Bell, a little bit long, grabbing the ball. And that's going to be Wambir, and it'll be a foul. Actually, they're going to hit Wambir. It is 15-8 with just 13 seconds remaining. So probably one shot here, final shot of the period. Been a pretty clean period. Pioneer just haven't been able to get going on the offensive end. And it's been, and putting it back in at the buzzer for the Pioneer will be Thurman. And that will be his 6th point on the early game. So after the first quarter, the visiting River Rats will come away leading 15-10. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back here on CTN Sports.
We want everyone in Ann Arbor to be safe, which is why Ann Arbor has a law requiring drivers to be 5 feet while passing bicyclists, pedestrians, or wheelchairs traveling on the road. Most traffic lanes within the city are at least 10 feet wide, so give half a lane width of space for safety's sake. This is a good way to measure how much space is required. And if it isn't safe to pass, don't. Be cautious, be patient, and most of all, be safe.
And welcome back to CTN Sports. Kevin Bryant here with our classic crosstown rivalry between the River Rats and the Pioneers as we begin the second period. The Rats came out and really applied that River Rat defense in the first period, getting out to this 5-point lead. And actually, it was a little bit larger than that. Pioneers had a real tough time in that first quarter finding the rim. Huron was actually just living inside off of very good, strong drives to the bucket, as well as Mac Moore, the outstanding freshman guard for the River Rats. Now coming back is Thurman. Gotta love Thurman's hairdo. I mean, it used to be the shoe game, now it's the hair game. Look at all these guys with these hairdos out here. Pioneers working it around, unable to find an opening of this River Rat defense. And they're not really moving the ball around the perimeter. It's kind of stagnated where the ball is on one side of the court. Now you're getting a little bit of movement. Turnover, Samaha with the ball. He comes up court, finding inside to Anthony. Anthony kind of bully ball that one up right through Thurman, unable to get a good look off of the top of the glass. Back up court comes the Pioneers. Oh, there's a long shot off the mark there, but Dafalo. Back up court comes the Rats with a quick shot off of Samaha, and that'll just bounce right out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover to the Pioneers. You can see the old elbow play, huh? Coach Marion calling in the plays. Coach Marion in his 5th season leading the Pioneers. And Cunningham comes up. And now the shot Doffalo from right up at the top of the screen, off of the screen. Man, there's a lot of fighting going on down low with the ball. It's going to be a tied up, and now possession looks like it's going to stay with the Pioneers. A lot of contact on that rebound, but you didn't see official want to blow a whistle. Only 3 fouls so far in this. You can see right here, a lot of movement, contact, and I think even just before that, you saw both players fighting over the ball. Now here's Cunningham. Haven't been able to find, well, some steps there, but no call. A long stride there off Asava. Here's Moore going deep into the corner, rotating it around. Dickinson coming inside. He had a man open. Anthony was wide open down low. He's calling for the ball. He wants the ball back around. You can see he's got a mismatch as far as size inside. And on the weight, there's a pass, and you can see Moore. Man, if Moore had size 11 and a half, he would have been okay, but his size 12s kind of go over half court, get a little over and back call there on that errant pass out of Samaha. So you can see a look here. Well, let's take a look at his foot. Did he actually go over the line here? Come on. Oh, you can see. Man, that's a good call by the official. He wasn't even in position there, but he comes back out and makes the correct call. So over and back, that'll be a turnover. It was a quick timeout by Coach Marion. You can see the Huron staff there, trying to work out what's going on. Coach Samaha comes up out, and you can see a bouncing head in the middle of that huddle, and that's Coach Marion. So no score yet here in the second period. Both teams going back and forth. Now first into the game is Hopkins. He's with the ball. Again, the Pioneers working this circle action around the perimeter, and the Rats are allowing them to keep it up top because the Pioneers haven't shown actually 2 things. One, that they can hit the outside shot, and 2, if nobody is making any kind of post presence for the Pioneers. I don't know what that was, but that's not going to be good. Ashima, he goes around and he couldn't find anyone. And it was like this slow roll. I'm looking. Oh, darn it. And now the Pioneers come out in some pressure defense to maybe turn up their offense. A little zone pressure, and that's exactly what happens. Turnover, Thurman up. Thurman goes in, and he'll put it in for the basket. So Coach Marion turning on the pressure now. Full court pressure for the Pioneers, a 1-2-1 zone. There's a long pass. It gets across the timeline. Moore again on a quick pass inside. Moore trying to find J.T. Bell. You can see that replay. Man, he's about to go up there and throw one down, young man. Now Pioneer, after 2 consecutive turnovers for the River Rats, now they're back with the possession. Again, that circling action. Coming in, Klein took a long stride, unable to get the reverse action. Moore coming up court, finds Samaha, quick trigger again, and Samaha, he doesn't take too long. Once that ball hits his fingertips, it's off. Unfortunately, he hasn't been finding the bottom of the nets, and that last shot might find his way to the oak. Getting subbed in, and coming in is Jackson Kiefer for Adam Samaha. Now T.J. Bell up top. Man, he looks like one of those ball kids, doesn't he? He goes in, and they're going to call a block on Elijah Klein, it looks like. Man, he could be, one of the One's on, yeah, that's Alonzo Ball's 4th or 5th kid that he's going to put in the NBA. I'm sorry, that hairdo looks too good. And you see Bell going up, and wow, took a real hard fall. Thankfully, Elijah Klein was down up underneath him to soften that one. And first one is off. And the second one, it finds it in. And Bell's going to come out. He's still shaking that left hand as he goes over to the end of the bench. I think he's going to talk to the trainer a little bit about that fall. Now coming back up court, Pioneers, Hopkins going inside, right off of the hand of Reed. Uhas is cutting in. Yeah, they're going to get probably some spray or something on that hand. You can see they're going to tape it up, actually, for TJ Bell. Now, again, Pioneers are working their pressure, that 1-2-1 zone, and it's been successful. Several turnovers for the River Rats, and there's a long shot, but inside, putting it back in again. Akidu Anthony. That's going to be it looks like his 6th point for the River Rats as they lead by 6, 18-12. First field goal for the River Rats. A little careless dribble there by Lorenzo Hopkins, and coming right back on the turnover. Easy for Mac Moore. Hopkins again with it. He finds it in the corner. Looks like it's Klein. Klein taking it up top. Shadowed by Dickinson. Coming inside Thurman now. He's strong with his left hand. He goes back to the right side. Coming across his body. And Thurman now busts into double figures for the Pioneers. He has 10 of the 14 points for the Pioneers. Moore goes in again. Moore is unconscious right now. That's that one feeling, and another timeout for Coach Marion. Moore's going to the bench, and you can see the people there, they're feeling him. Number 21 is having an outstanding first half for Coach Samaha's team, and you can see Coach Hayes talking to him, loving that action. And look at that anticipation and really a lazy pass there. You saw Lorenzo Hopkins being careless with the ball just before that, and Mac Moore, the freshman, outstanding guard for the River Rats, coming away with the steal as the River Rats lead 22-14, 2:35 remaining here in our first half. Teams coming out from that timeout by Coach Marion. Coach Marion, actually, you can see he had that board out. Let's see what he has drawn up. The Pioneers have had a tough offensive night so far, only scoring 14 points, and not a lot of second chance opportunities as well. On the shots, Anthony has been owning the paint for the Rats. And right up top off of the timeout, good call, bad execution for Will Sanko-Dafalo. Back up court comes Huron. A shot by Dickinson is off. Dafalo now brings it back up court. Trying for again, Pioneers setting up that high screen and roll. Trying to get some action on top. Klein goes inside. Telegraph the pass a little. Anthony gets his hands involved there, but still not turned over. Dafalo has it. He comes inside. He loses it. Moore, how many times have I said that with the quick hands? Moore goes inside strong. A lot of contact. No foul. And that ball's tipped out, and it's going to go back to the River Rats off of Moore. A lot of time. Actually, it's going to go back to the Pioneer. Sorry about that. You saw Moore coming inside, and just he kind of short-handed it, but you can see he has had an outstanding first half, and it's been precipitated from his defensive end. Guy's been playing and you can see that he's playing the passing lanes very well, seeing his man in the ball. Now Samaha guarding, and there's almost a turnover. You can see Condi, he thought he was finding Klein in the corner. Klein broke away. And there's Moore again on the defensive end with the block. Moore bringing it back up court. Bates looked like he had a little double dribble there and did not see it. The official didn't see it, and it'll be a foul on the Pioneers. Only the third foul in the first half. Going to the line will be Percy Bates. Bates is off on the first one. And this is defense by Moore. He's been playing in the passing lane. Cunningham thinks he has it all the way. Not so fast, young man. Got a lot of that leather. Moore's been playing strong both sides of the court. Unfortunately, Percy Bates isn't. Missed the second one. Rats still holding an 8-point lead. We're under a minute now. Pioneers only scored 4 points here in the second period. A lot of defense or a lot of bad shots. You can call it either way. Inside. And the Rats just, oh man, that is stymieing Cunningham. He's just going inside. It seems like sometimes they just lose their composure after this defense has just stuffed them and just confused them. One shot from Coach Samaha. Bates with it now, counting down, under 20 seconds left. I would be guarding number 3 and number 21. Samaha goes to the corner. Bates goes inside. He drops it inside for Anthony. Anthony with the strong left-handed put in. 3, 2, 1. Here's Condi, and he's going to shoot that one, and it's going to almost hit Stadium Boulevard. So that will be the end of our first half here, with the Rats coming away with a 10-point lead over the Pioneers. Don't go anywhere. We got our second half action coming up right here on CTN Sports.
Ottawa is about to be one of the first cities in Canada with advisory cycling lanes. Popular in Europe and in the US, the system is great for adding cycling lanes to streets where they wouldn't otherwise fit, narrow roads with low volume traffic and low speeds. Here's how they work. Traffic from both sides share one center lane. Cycling lanes are placed on each side of the road. When there are 2 drivers traveling in opposite directions, the vehicles move into the cycling lanes to pass each other safely. What happens if there's a bike in the cycling lane? Whoever is in front has the right of way. Vehicles travel behind the bike, but can then move back into the center lane when it is safe to do so. It is a whole new way for drivers and cyclists to share the road.
The locations for the advisory bike lanes in Ann Arbor have been deployed on East Summit Street, Granger between State Street and Packard, and in the downtown on East William Street and South First Avenue.
Greasy pizza boxes.
Ugh, glass bottles not emptied.
Yogurt containers with, ew! Cat food still in the can is bad.
But oh, so good.
Hey, what are you doing?
Relax, Mom. We're here to help.
Oh, this stuff could ruin the entire recycling load.
Wow, I had no idea.
Chill, we'll show you the ropes.
Michigan needs to recycle better, and that change starts with you. Learn the rules of recycling at recyclingraccoons.org.
And welcome back to CTN Sports. Getting ready to start our second half. And that first half was all dominated by the River Rats, especially Makari Moore. He's going to start off on the bench. That guy came in, dropped in 8 points for the River Rats. Anthony had 8 as well, inside the paint. And now starting off the second half. And there's Anthony again trying to corral the board. Thurman comes away with it, coming up court, looking for some help. And he's stuck up behind the line, goes back up top. Now they're getting it around. This is a guy that you gotta want to see get going. Klein usually is in double figures, led the Pioneers in scoring their last game. and he has just been bottled up by Percy Bates. Now again, the Pioneers starting off a little bit slow here, and again the second half, the ball didn't find the bottom of the rim way too much, and it was a long conversation from Coach Marion, and he wants to see some execution on this offensive end. The Pioneers, again, you don't know if it's either a case of the Rats just being too strong or the Pioneers being patient. They missed that three-pointer. Thurman comes back off of the turnover and pass by Cunningham, and Thurman will get the scoring going. That's his 12th point on the evening, leading score for the Pioneers. Now Bates quickly goes up, strong move, pirouettes with that finger roll off of his left hand. First points of the night. Quickly back up court comes the Pioneers. Another missed three-pointer for Daflo. Now in the corner, Samaha. Hey, he does shoot inside. After I thought he was only a three-point shooter. Now back up court comes the Pioneers with the floater, a little bit long. Follows off to Pioneer controls the rebound. Now it's Thurman. Thurman and Daflo drives inside. It's going to get pushed in the back by Samaha. Samaha upset with himself and pulling away from his team. You can see, let me take a quick look at that drive. And you can see right on the drive here, Samaha underneath. You can see the left hand on the body pushing away. Sometimes you don't get assessed that foul. Unfortunately, Samaha does. Nothing but cord at the line. Daflo, and hopefully that'll get Daflo going. I mean, he's a three-point shooter. You've seen a lot of his shots just a little bit long, and sometimes as a shooter, you just need to see it go in once. Well, I'm going to throw that one out the window. Missing the second shot. Still keeping possession of the ball. Daflo now coming in with the turnaround. His shot's going to be a little long. He's trying to just flick it. Just get up there and shoot it. There's too much aiming going on. Now screened by Anthony up top. Dickinson goes inside. Wambier comes inside. Strong turns back. Anthony corralling the rebound and going up strong. Anthony has a magnet for that ball. He's just corralling so many offensive rebounds for the River Rats. Coach Samaha has to be happy with the inside play. Now back around, Klein goes into the corner. Coming inside, but not having anywhere to go. Now up top, a little long, and getting the rebound is Dickerson. Dickerson goes inside. I think getting a piece of that was Thurman. And back up court, Pioneers. Bates picks off Cunningham's pass, timing it up, and Bates is going for the finish. And that was a strong move to the basket by Percy Bates off of the turnover. And now you're going to get a timeout from Coach Marion and the Pioneers. Pioneer, you can see that they're Coach Marion. It's just right now, it's just not the night for the Pioneers. Down by 13. It's just that offensive end from the River Rats defense. And it's turnover after turnover. You saw that last turnover where Bates times the pass and he comes up in the air and he snags it and then he comes in. And watch this finish here. He was going up for something a little bit more than just a lay-in. Shah Asama does his work on the defense to slow him down. Now the Rats over there. Looking Coach Lewis and Edmondson at the back of the huddle, they don't even need to offer any advice so far right now. Everything's going well to open up the second half. And actually, since that first period where the Pioneers came out and scored 10 points, they've only scored 7 points since. So it's been the story of the River Rats defense. And Coach Samaha has not even had to go to that pressing style that he usually does. I mean, it's all been straight man-to-man. It's no zone or anything like that. Now off of the timeout, the Pioneers. coming around. And again, Samaha, he is riding the player going inside. And I think that was Doflo. And Doflo will go back to the line where he split his shots last time. And again, short off of the first. And you can seal again up underneath. And it's not a lot of contact for my money, but there was some contact to get to the line. And Doflo misses both of them. Moore comes in off of the bench, snags the rebound. A long shot there by Braylon Dickerson, and that'll move up the lead, the biggest lead of the night for the River Rats. Now Klein still not on the board for Pioneer, leading scorer. Cunningham comes inside with a runner. It's been one of those nights. It's just just a little bit too long. And it's just like the Pioneers have not, found their stride. Sometimes you would say they're not familiar with the rim, but this is their home gym. So Cunningham coming inside. Anthony doesn't even really go up after the shot, and you can see he's just a little bit long. Now coming back up is the Rats, and Dickerson goes inside, and oh my goodness! Takes the contact, finishes strong. Braylon Dickerson show. And Dickerson is, he comes in. Again, he's one of the starters for Coach Samaha, another one of the wing players. And he had that three-pointer first time up court, and then now he has a conventional three-pointer. So back up. You can see, I love this ride here. Watch how strong he goes up and takes the contact and finds a soft kiss off the backboard. Now coming back into live play, you can see leading scorer Josh Thurman with the bucket for the Pioneers, allowing them to set up their pressure. Dickerson is off on the three-pointer that time. 3 minutes remaining now in this third period. Maybe that Thurman allowing them to take the shot is Anthony. And again, the shot's a little bit long. Bell with the rebound now. Rats going right back up court. And if we had a first half of not a lot of whistles, we're racking them up now. Already we have our fourth foul of the second half. 36-19, 2:52 on the clock. Huron Moore will put it in. Looks like Moore was moving on the baseline, and actually, if it's not off of a made basket, sometimes that's a violation. I don't know how many people watch that Michigan basketball game where the coach comes on the court and grabs the basketball. Violations they're in the game. You got to call them. Anyway, Rats with the ball. Braylon Dickerson going to work, putting Cunningham in the little spin section. Goes up with the 15-foot. Now back comes up Klein. Uhas with it. He's stopped by Bell. Again, the Pioneers not being able to find the ball inside. Thurman is the only person that's been successful. It's a wild shot there. He kind of flung it up with his right hand. Dickerson back up to Bates as the Rats come back up court. So doubled up the score on the Pioneers. Playing very loose are the River Rats, and now they're starting to find their way behind the arc. There's a three-pointer for Bates, and back up court comes Thurman. And now you're going to get a timeout, a little 30-second timeout for the Pioneers. Allow them to set up probably a zone, some type of pressure coming out. So coming back up, you see Percy Bates behind the three-point line. Second three-pointer behind the line for the Riverettes in the second half. They've really opened this lead now up to 20-point lead. And this is the way that the River Rats want to be playing. Just 3 more games remaining in the regular season before they get to postseason action. And they're, after Coach Samaha really tongue-lashing after they won their game against Saline, the Rats have been playing a lot better. Even though they lost the next game to Dexter, they're right now looking like they're in postseason form. Going inside now is Dickerson. And a lot of the buckets for Huron has been from the close range. Coming inside, Elijah Klein. He's going to get that block from the back, and Dickerson's going to say, yeah, my bad. Got a little bit of arm on the shot. You can see Klein has just been one of the guys that have not been going tonight. Elijah Klein is one of the leading scorers, actually the leading scorer for the Pioneers. Not tonight, though. Josh Thurman has been going to work. Finally on the scorer's sheet goes Elijah Klein. And coming back in is Thurman after a quick break off of that timeout. 1:03 remaining here in the third period. Klein, funky kind of follow through there if you're watching his hands. Not right at the rim, but kind of twists it and goes in. A Pioneer now in their full court pressure defense. Rats, no problem getting it across the timeline. Mackmore, the freshman, comes in. Oh, nice drop. Finding, oh my goodness. What a dime out of Mackmore. He's showing us his entire repertoire of his game. That one finding Dickerson again right on the, I was just going to say right on the bucket. And then now coming back up court comes the Rat. Samaha gets hit on the arm and still able to finish. And now everybody's getting into the play for the River Rats as they bring out their lead to 47-23. Final 10 seconds here in the third period. There's going to be a block, and Juan Beer did not agree with that call. And making it was Muhammad Kandi, his second shot. Goes to the line to see if he can make it a 3-point trip. 25-47. That ball's going to be a little long. Final 8 seconds. Moore takes a look up court. He sees the clock. 3, 2, 1. He gets the shot off, and it's going to get blocked actually by Cunningham. So that's a good defensive play by the Pioneers, but just really too much offense for those River Rats as they lead after 3 periods, 47-25. We'll be right back after this short break.
Catch up on FYI and other CTN programs at a2gov.org/watchCTN.
And welcome back to CTN Sports as Huron leads the Pioneers. We begin this fourth period to see if the Pioneers can get some offensive action going. It's been a cold night for the Pioneers here in their home gym. Cunningham now going against Bates. Condi goes inside with those long strides. Unfortunately, bad shot. Coming back up court is the River Rats. No, first time in the game was Miles Powell. Powell, number 10. Bates goes in. Oh, man. It seems like Bates, when he wants to, that's just what he does. And Shaladin, I'm sorry for that missed call. And Shaladin is up court. Shaladin with the breakaway. Goes in. Then almost with the layup, just a bit long. Cunningham now back up court for the Pioneers. Off of the spinorama goes Juhas with his second bucket on the evening. And Pioneer again with their pressure. Rats had some problems with that pressure in the second period, but since then, the 1-2-1 zone really hasn't caused that many turnovers or problems for the Riverettes. Now look at Juhas taking a, we're going to call that one the old school Euro move. Actually, I thought it was a three-stepper. Coming back up court is Hopkins with it. Moving it around. Huron now in their man. Juhas staring down Samaha. Juhas thought he was going to launch another spin move. Comes back inside. Thurman now loses the ball up top a little. Now he corrals it. That'll be a double dribble. Are they going to call that? They didn't call it. I was wondering if they were going to call the double dribble because he dribbled on the catch. And then he dribbled it again. They didn't call the double, but they did catch the foul. So Pioneer trigger the ball up underneath. It'll be Hopkins with the toss-in. Oh, bad pass, and again a turnover for the Rats. TJ Bell comes in, and Bell comes in. I want to call Bell, well, one of the Ball brothers, as he goes in off of the layup. Rats now 50-27, they lead. Going inside, Thurman's really been the only player of note tonight for Coach Marion, and beating him back up court was Anthony. Thought he got bumped there, but no call. Coming back up court of the Pioneers. Hopkins puts on the brakes and goes in with the right hand. Nice shot for that young man. Lorenzo Hopkins with that shot. Samaha finding Wambir inside. Wambir goes inside up underneath. Anthony with the one shot again. And now finally Condi throws that one back up out. Bell with it now to Moore slows action down. Moore against Hopkins. And they're moving it around. And not a lot of action inside. There was that screen and roll. Anthony unable to corral the pass and sliding down to Thurman. Juhas will skip the ball over to Hopkins. And as the Pioneers come back up court, Hopkins will launch a brick. And now coming back up is the Riverette. Wambir asking for a screen. And here comes Moore. Moore inside. That young man is having himself a whale of a night. The freshman, Makari Moore, in double figures. Got him up for 10 points now. Hopkins with it behind the back. Now that was a nice Euro step. Condi with the shot. He's off, and Anthony with it. Anthony definitely has to be in the double digits as far as rebounds are concerned. Makari Moore brings it up. Just over 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth period of this contest. I heard him call backboard. Wambir comes in off of the roll. And Jay Wambir with that shot high off of the glass. And it looks like there will be a timeout. No, there isn't a timeout. There's a stoppage of play. And now the guys are not sure what happened there. We take a quick look at this, not circus shot, but backboard. That's got to be a difficult shot going directly to your body and all of momentum going right towards the rack to go off of the glass that soft. Klein with it now, backing inside. That ball gets blocked, and they're going to catch Looks like that was going to be on Wambier on the block effort. We'll see this here coming inside. A lot of times the Pioneers are shuffling backwards and coming inside and dropping to try to create a lane. A lot of leather there, and they actually could have caught Bates or Dickerson. So the first one goes down. Still a 25-point lead. Cuts it down to a 31-55 lead for the Rats. And more coming up. He just has a lot of composure to be a freshman. That shot a little short coming in. And Kiefer, another miss. Boy, look at Moore. He's even strong. Finds a nice drop over to Dickerson. And the show is on. Another turnover there. Samaha jumps into the passing lane. He pulls up off of the three. Let's see. Boy, that was going to send the bench flying. Dickerson gets it up top. Wambier comes into the corner. Now here's Samaha. Another one that's off. Kiefer tries to keep it going. Moore tried to get into another steal. He's a stat sheet filler. Moore has had block shots, he's had steals, he's had buckets, and of course he's had assists. He's a secret weapon for those River Rats because you don't expect that much out of a freshman. Now going back to the line is Elijah Klein for the Pioneers. Just over 3 minutes remaining. Klein knocks down the first one. Well, that Makari Moore over on the bench of the River Rats, he's taking a water break right now. I mean, he's done a great job. He's a little bit winded. You can see him. A lot of the folks are over there talking to him, got his head down. Yeah, I grabbed my jersey too, 21. Good job. Now, after making that second bucket for Klein, Klein's only been successful at the foul line, his 4th point. The Pioneers, or the River Rats coming back up court. Kind of odd to see the River Rats in the black jerseys on the road. There's another turnover. And then a turnover back. Coming back, Persinek. And Dylan. Persinek gets into the scorer's column right away. Came in with some good energy off the bench there. And Percy Bates walks it back up court. Not a lot of movement here. Bates with it, taking things in his own hands. Wambier into the side, comes inside, a lot of contact. And it looks like that foul might be assessed over to Asama. And Wambier go to the line shooting 2. And as you can see on the drive off of the kick, let's take a quick look at that drive. We'll see if looks like they were talking to Thurman on the side to see if he was okay before this foul shot. Wambier finishes the first one. And you can see another no-look pass and goes back and forth, and Persinek comes in and with a nice left-handed finish for the Pioneers. In and out. It looks like that ball is going to be called off of Anthony. Possession goes over to the Pioneers. Only 3 fouls assessed to the River Rats, so they played a clean defensive style, even though that they've been in the face of the Pioneers, not being called for a lot of fouls. There's Elijah Klein going in with the left-handed finish. Maybe a little too late for Klein to show up, leading scorer for the Pioneers. Up top is Wambier. And again, now the Rats are taking some time off of the clock. Cunningham goes for the steal. The Rats moving the ball around until Samaha finds it. And Adam goes with a nice Euro step high off of the glass. He is left-handed. Back up comes the Pioneers. You see the body language. These guys know that game might be over. A little bit short there for Elijah Klein. You can take a quick look at this shot by Samaha. He looks him off with the pass, and the Euro step goes up and in. Adam Samaha, that was sweet. We'll get a timeout now with 1:01 on the clock. And actually, they're a quick timeout because the officials are bringing them back in right away. And it looks like both, well, at least Huron have emptied the bench. The starters are off the court now. Mac Moore, though, with the ball. He's a starter 2.0. He's had an excellent game. Under a minute now. And River Rats moving the ball around the perimeter, getting some guys into the action that help out those starters, and getting the ball inside. And Miles, oh, I'm sorry, I was about to give him again. Saladin with his first bucket. And now we'll take Saladin as well as Mac Moore out. Get a couple new players coming in. Got Bryce Williams coming in, and it looks like Williams is all legs too, boy. He's a sophomore. Look at all that. He is long, 55. Actually, the Rats look like they're in a zone defense. Person that goes up. That one's going to be corralled by Williams up the court. Yeah, a couple guys and might not even be on the roster. And they're holding the ball, and that's going to be it for this game as the Huron River Rats coming across town and put a whoop down on the Pioneers, 62-37. And folks, if you like basketball action for the River Rats, you got treated tonight. Full game. You saw Anthony down low, but for your money, you wanted to see Dickerson as well as Mac Moore. Well, for everyone here at CTN Sports, I'd like to say thank you again for watching, and be sure to tune in online at our YouTube channel to see any game. And remember, you can always follow me online at KB Sports Guy. So again, for CTN Sports, Kevin Bryant. Good night, folks.